Ever wondered what it feels like to lose $90 billion in just 1 hour? Well, the crypto market just found out the hard way. Let's break down what in the world just happened. $90 billion. I mean, that's not just a number. That is a staggering amount of money. It's more than the entire economy of some countries, and it just, poof, vanished from the market in 60 minutes. And nobody was safe, not even Bitcoin. The king of crypto took a pretty serious hit, dropping almost 3% in a single day. But whoa, the pain was way worse for some of the other big coins. Take Solana, for example, which absolutely plunged by a massive 10%. Ouch. So what on earth could cause a market reaction that violent? You might think it was a hack or some big scandal, right? Nope. Turns out it all came down to a few carefully chosen words from the US Federal Reserve. Yeah, the main reason was what they call a hawkish outlook from the Fed. Now, hawkish is really just fancy finance speak for being tough on inflation. It signals they're in no rush to start cutting interest rates. And for a market like crypto that loves cheap money, that is very, very bad news. Basically, the Fed chair, Jerome Powell, kind of poured cold water all over the idea that an interest rate cut was just around the corner. See, when interest rates are high, safer stuff like bonds suddenly look way more attractive. So investors start pulling their money out of riskier assets, like crypto. And this is what sparked a risk-off sentiment across the board. You can think of it like a stampede. When things look uncertain, everyone just flees from speculative assets and runs towards safer ground. It's a classic flight to safety. And that initial spark of fear, it didn't just cause a little dip. It set off a massive billion-dollar domino effect that just ripped through the entire market. Get this, a jaw-dropping $1.28 billion in leveraged positions got totally wiped out. These are basically huge bets that people make with borrowed money, which, can supercharge your gains, but it can also lead to absolutely catastrophic losses. And that's what we saw here. And this is where it gets really wild. Take a look at this. A whopping 90% of those liquidations, they were from traders betting that prices were going to go up. They were caught completely by surprise. Just wow. You can see this collapse in confidence perfectly in the crypto fear and greed index. I mean, it swung all the way from just a neutral feeling in the market straight down to extreme fear. That just shows you how fast and how widespread the panic really was. So, after all that carnage, the massive question on everyone's mind is, what happens next? And right now, the market is totally split. You've got two camps, the bulls and the bears. On one side, you've got the bears. They're definitely worried. They're pointing out that this was the first losing October in years and that big money is flowing out of crypto funds. But then, on the other side, you have the bulls. They're actually optimistic. They're saying, hey, this was a healthy reset, clearing out all the risky bets. And they're pointing out that long-term investors are actually using this as a chance to buy more. So that leaves us with the billion-dollar question, doesn't it? Was this crash just a healthy correction the market needed? Or is this the beginning of a long, cold crypto winter?